Sports betting is surging in popularity as more U.S. states legalize it, and it is shaping the way that sports events are covered. One platform, TheScore, it operates both a media company and a mobile sportsbook as one integrated business and has become the second most popular sports app in North America. Joining us now is John Levy, who is the CEO at TheScore. John, great to have you on with us here today. We appreciate the time. Let's start off with this. In a space that is becoming more crowded, what distinguishes TheScore from other sports betting platforms?
Well, first of all, thanks for having us, Brad. It's a pleasure to be here today. That's really goes to the core of why we're in this business in the first place. We're taking a totally differentiated approach. We're a sports media company first. And when we looked at how to get involved in sports betting, because of our history, we were in the TV business in Canada for years. We, as you mentioned, have the second most popular app in North America, where a high percentage of all of our users bet on sports. When PASPA fell, we decided, we could just be a super affiliate and just drive people to other betting platforms, or we should do what we thought was right, which is bring the bet closer to how people are now consuming sports and how they're doing it with us and TheScore and with our users all across North America who are hitting our app, 120, 140 times. We know a high percentage of the betting on sports. So the whole idea was to make betting just a part of why, people are coming to TheScore, why part of the passion for why people love sports, rather than just a third-party transactional thing that may, do deals with media companies. We really are at the sort of crossroads of both. We're a media company, and we're using sports betting as an integral part of continuing to drive the passion for sports.
And I've seen your content. As a sports fan, as a Philadelphia Eagles constant hopeful, eternal optimist, I've seen your content, and when I think about the integration and the add-ons that we've seen with betting particularly, and what kind of opportunity that perhaps presents for you, how do you continue to monetize betting? What is the potential, not just addressable market, but the share of that market that you logistically see and realistically see TheScore taking?
Absolutely. Well, again, because we're approaching it from a different point of view. A lot of the other companies, the sports betting companies are trying to grab as much market share as possible, and they're going in and they're spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, literally millions and millions of dollars, to get market share. Our philosophy is a lot different. Our philosophy is, integrate it into the platform, build a user base of bettors from within our Score Media app, and do it in this integrated fashion. And the chances are that they're going to stick around with you longer. They're not just going to fly from one sports betting opportunity to another, because there's this relationship that you have with the consumer. And it's something that we built up over, the last, actually 15 or 20 years in the context of building the brand, building this relationship with the consumer. So our whole goal is, it's interesting. In the media space, you need millions and millions of people because
Sure.
It's advertiser support. In the betting space, it's different. You don't need millions and millions. You need thousands and maybe tens of thousands. So, if we look at the universe of users that we have, when you think about it, it's really a small percentage of these users that you have to bring on in terms of the betting, in terms of the betting platform. And when you do it in this integrated fashion, it really is part and parcel of what they're experiencing every day. So it really is a different approach. And we're trying to build, and we are building this thing, and the success we've had, we launched in New Jersey, Colorado, Indiana, soon in Iowa.
Right.
And of course, Canada is about to open up, hopefully next 6 to 12 months. It's building this, continuing on this relationship and building the business for the long term and doing it properly and slowly. And listen, you don't need huge market share to make a lot of money in this market. You and I both know betting's been around for a long time.
It has.
And where else could you go into a business where you're not creating new things? You just have to attack it properly.
And John, look, it's a question of once Canada finally comes around, whether or not the Raptors will still be there. I suppose we'll leave that for another conversation.
Wait a second. No, they may have to play a little bit in the States first, but
yeah. They'll be there. They'll be there.
Be the North.
They are always the North. Always the North. And so I guess to this question, is there a number in your mind? At what annualized run rate would you call the sports betting division of TheScore successful?
Well, it's going to be a big part of our future, right? I mean, we're always going to continue to drive the media business, right? And as you know, the media business, it's interesting too, because, when COVID hit, our media business stopped, obviously the betting business stopped, but there was such pent up demand that, when sports came back, and it came back actually sooner than we thought, with baseball and basketball and hockey, and then with football starting, we got back to pre-COVID levels pretty quickly. So, in terms of advertising, in terms of the media business, we're going to continue to grow and grow and grow. In terms of the betting space, we've said publicly that, our goal is, mid-single digit penetrations in each market that we're going into, leading to, low to mid double digit penetrations is a tremendous success. And the truth of the matter is we don't have to get there today or in Q2 or Q1, but we're on path to get there, and we're very, very confident that this is going to be a huge success for our company, and particularly because of the differentiated approach, and because all these other companies are trying to do deals together, whether they're betting companies or media companies. We're right there already. And not only are we a media company, but we're not a traditional media company. We're a media company that really is at the heart of how people are consuming. Hopefully you're consuming, if you're a Score app user, consuming sports, and it leads to all sorts of other opportunities too.
John, we got to go. I do have to squeeze this in though. How many active users? Can you give us an idea?
Well, in terms of our media app, I think we published that we have 4 to 5 million average monthly users.
Gotcha.
Second most popular in terms of betting, we haven't reported specifically, but we're seeing, for example, we've reported the year-over-year growth over like 500% growth from September to last.
Gotcha.
And what we're seeing is a continuation of that very solid growth as we go through October, November. And again, very excited about the new schedule that's coming as well.
John, I want to continue this conversation at a later date. I hope to have you back. I'm getting the hard rap in my ear. Please join us again. That is John Levy, who is the CEO of TheScore.